Hello, and welcome to a very special edition of My Music Life Coach. You Forget 777 single out on June 29th. I already posted one, and I wanted this to be really about Diandra Socks because I got this like divine idea. So it's really about Diandra Socks, but I still got to plug the music because I did the web series to promote the music and promote the journey of an artist in a really funny way. And it was kind of like this divine idea, and you could see on the TikTok of Diandra Socks, which I have linked and everything, or at least the link below. It was this divine idea that I kept on thinking about. I miss childhood shows that guided me. I watch cartoons. I still watch cartoons. I even watch The Amazing World of Gumball. I've always loved cartoons. Never grew out of them. Rick and Morty, Adventure Time, all of that. And there are moments when I'm kind of like, I wish there was like a Dora the Explorer for adults, because you still don't know how to work things out even when you're older. And it's kind of like when you're 18, you're abandoned a little bit and things get worse. They don't get better. And we have this concept of adulthood that it is easy and that it is freeing, because a lot of us come from really strict households or just really constrained childhoods where we just never felt free and we lived a lot in the know. So let me pull some cards. Oh my God. Well, if that doesn't match what I'm saying, and part of dealing with that is last quarter moon in Virgo. Virgos are very reliable. Attend to the details. Full moon in Taurus, all about releasing, detoxify. Tauruses are another reliable card. And it's funny that came out as I was talking about like childhood, and the reason I did Diandra Socks was that I kind of wanted to do, especially on TikTok, this grown-up version of Blue's Clues, and talking about real topics in a very funny way with Socks and myself. And I think it's because of these two cards in a way that they just make total sense. You start becoming unreliable when you don't trust yourself. I suffer from anxiety, and sometimes I'm really freaking shocked by how irrational I could be. Like, once I'm out of that depression, once I'm out of that anxiety, because I'm a very strong person. I am ambitious, I am responsible, I am happy. But your ego lies to you when you're in pain. And detoxify and attend to the details. Virgo, Taurus, full moon, releasing. All that is that you become responsible when you realize you've kind of lost yourself, which leads me to the next two cards. Last quarter moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind. And full moon in Cancer, let your fears dissolve. Wow, a lot of full moons, a lot of releasing, and it totally makes sense. Capricorns are leaders. Usually dictators are them. Yeah, Jeff Bezos is a Capricorn. Leave the past behind. If there's one thing that makes you scared, and I realized that as I started doing Diandra Socks, and I have more episodes coming, especially, I think I'm going to premiere the next one about a week after, the first week of July, because everybody's July 4thing. But what I think about these cards is, our fear is from the past. Our past, we have a really weird hypocritical relationship with the past. On one hand, we are nostalgic for it and we're like, oh God, it was so good back then. And then on the other hand, we can be very much kind of like terrified. We're so terrified that the future will be exactly like our past, while simultaneously being nostalgic over the past. And I find that hypocritical, and I find that something I do all the time. And I wanted Diandra Socks to be my way of not letting the past hold me by making fun of it, by doing this weird sock puppet show that talks about my past experiences or past experiences of friends, typical artists. We write about everything from our own life to others. And just have it heal others via healing myself, and kind of push me to put myself out there in the most ridiculous way, in hopes that I gain the courage to reveal how thoughtful I am. And that makes me want to pull another set of oracles from my Sacred Rebels, which is all about like, I think Sacred Rebels is all about real, like pushing out manifestation blocks. These are from Moonology Manifestation. And I feel like Sacred Rebels is kind of about realizing the blocks that block you from your desired life. So let's pull out a few, shall we? What you want wants you. Oh my God, that's such an important message. Beyond the mind, the heart beats, and of course, new birth guarded vigilantly. That one a lot. This is really hard for me to accept. And if you see, her hair is in a spiral of manifestation. Because often in the spiritual world, there is this belief that gut feeling that you should go to the right is your higher self, your soul guiding you. If you have always felt like you're a singer, it's your soul telling you that's our purpose, no matter how hard it is. And I always felt I was a singer. I always felt like I was an actress, but I also always, I've auditioned and never been chosen. Part of why I'm doing my own music and I'm doing this web series is because I just want to live my life doing what I love. And I just get this feeling that no one's ever going to pick me. So it's time for me to pick me. And that is really crazy and sad and exciting and empowering all at once. Because you really do wish others would pick you. You would think it would feel safer, although I've tried to collaborate with other artists and other actors, and it's not so easy. It doesn't always pan out. People try to use you, especially as a Latina. And they underestimate me. And I kind of try to think of Issa Rae and how underestimated she was and how big she is to really motivate myself. But at the end of the day, wherever I go, I just want to know I tried, and I want to give myself the space to live as I want and feel that that's valuable. I want to be an actress. I want to be a singer. I want to sing. I want to act. And if I'm the only one that's going to pick me, then let me give myself some material. And that's why it's so interesting that, as I said, that I noticed the card number 10, releasing allegiances. 10 is like a whole, a complete. It's about really getting a move on as a number and releasing allegiances. I've always found that interesting because if you see, she's surrounded by bees, and in another card they mean prosperity, but here they're stinging her and she's crouching. And what this card means is releasing those allegiances we have, that loyalty we have to the past, those poverty vows we've taken because people have robbed us, that the way we hide ourselves because people pushed us to hide. It's kind of like what's really surprising about abuse or victimization or the times that you've just been betrayed by others is that you don't even realize it, but you make a tiny oath with them to continue the pain they imposed upon you. And beyond the mind, the heart beats. Your heart breaks because it knows you're not living your truth, you're living theirs. They wanted you to feel bad. They wanted you to feel sad. They wanted you to feel less. They never built you. And it really makes me emotional, these cards, because I've lived a life, and I talked about it in my You Forget Oracle. And I talk about it in Diandra Socks, the episodes and everything. I've just lived a life where a lot of people made me less while remarking on how I had like the most personality and the most light and the most compassion and the most love. And it took me a lot of healing to realize that that's not okay. That's gaslighting and that's toxicity. And it's why I do Reiki and I do those ASMR movie reviews in Reiki format. I just know that a lot of people have gone through my experiences and they just need a little help. And movies are great. Music is awesome. And it kind of distracts from the fact that you're healing from some really deep stuff. So new birth guarded vigilantly. I love that card because it means you're starting new. And this time you have to protect you. You just can't let anybody back in or let anybody in at all. You have to be selective. Take everybody for who they are and take them seriously, and decide who takes you seriously in your joy and in your pain. And that brings me to my last two cards, Inspiration and Spirals of Manifestation. Ooh. I think, what's so interesting? And we see the bees again, and the bees are just surrounding her, and her crown chakra is fully open, and they're about to pollinate her mind. And what I find interesting about inspiration and the connection with manifestation, which I spoke about in What You Want Wants You, I think you start to elevate when you dream again. And when I wrote Diandra Socks and kind of named the character after myself, a really exaggerated version of myself, I wanted inspiration. It's like I felt like I elevated and I shifted myself spiritually to just go for things that I want and try to learn the courage that you need, because I had that courage and I lost it via relationships and people and bad choices and that I made and bad choices people made unto me. And you're doing better when you start to dream again and you start to get inspired. And if you let that inspiration flow, you start to manifest. And that's what I really wanted with this series. I wanted it to be my manifestation, my act to become an actor. And at the end of the day, to know that I just had something for me. I gave myself something. I gave myself the chance that others didn't. And I think that's really freaking beautiful. And Diandra Socks is pretty funny, I have to say. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I've sent it to a bunch of friends that are highly critical and negative, and they loved it. So, oh my God, I'm just talking about how I surround myself with toxic people, and I just said that. Oh, reading analysis. Ooh, Sangha, Community. 8 of Roses, a very emotional card. The Scribe, 12, write it into existence. Commitments that are binding. And number 4, 4 of Roses, View of the Ego. I love this combination. Roses and the Akashic Oracle are all about feelings. And feeling that you're connected to a soul tribe and not letting your ego believe that they don't exist, that you can't find them. And the Scribe is about writing into existence your desires. So I really do feel like I'm in that phase with Diandra Socks and You Forget, and I hope that people give me a chance to grow and are interested enough in seeing me grow. We shall see. But let's pull some more final oracles. I have so many. Yeah. Oh, my tattoos are showing. I got them for like $5 on sale because I always wanted tattoos, but I don't find anything that impressive that I want to permanently put it. So I really just want to say that I was impressed by the price. These flew out. Flirtation. Ooh. Hello, lady. Secrets and speculation. I always find that combination so interesting, and I get this card a lot, and I'm like, I feel like I'm being transparent. But the truth is, if you don't feel brave enough to do what you want, then you're hiding a secret, and your secret is your desire. Secrets aren't always about harm and lies as much as just the things you don't do for you. You're not showing your true self. You're not showing what you really want. And Diandra Socks was really about somebody who wants that so badly, to embrace their hidden desires, like to sing, like to act, like to be seen, and face the fact that she will get speculation, that she will get criticism, that she will get gossip, and she will get people wondering why. But also realizing that nobody is enough. There are not enough people to stop me from what I want for myself, or should want for myself. And that leads to flirtation, a little bit of love, baby. I want this to be an act of self-love. I want this to be me dating me. I really do. And let me see. Let me pull a tea leaf, some tea leaves. Let's get a little bit predictive in honor of Diandra Socks. I hope the series ends with her being highly successful and her socks free to roam the earth. We'll see. um, ooh, April. So somebody's getting something good in April. Or maybe, you know what, in April is when I started my shift. Tower. Success with effort, solid foundation, and flag. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. Ain't that the truth? It's funny, now that I think about it, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing a web series. Like, oh my God, I'm doing a sock puppet show. Ooh. And then I think to myself, like, am I lowering my standard? But I think lowering your standard is waiting for someone else to do for you what you want and can do for yourself. And sometimes I have to flip the script and realize that what we teach others, like, delusion isn't about thinking you can when you can't. Delusion is about thinking you couldn't. You couldn't ever. It could never happen. I have to, like, reverse psychology, reverse Uno, how I'm taught. Because how we're socially taught is so spiritually crushing. You got to flip and learn spiritually. And I think that's why I got Sunrise. New creative ideas, new ventures, and a fresh start. Diandra Socks is certainly a fresh start for me. And I hope that whoever gets these messages, and if you feel they resonate to you, I hope that you get such a nice fresh start and that you give yourself the grace to embrace it, like I'm trying to do with Diandra Socks. You can see the episode. It's out. You Forget 777 comes out June 29th. Let's pray for coverage. And keep following me. Bye. Check out DeandraReviewsItAll.com where I interview artists and review my favorite music and movies. Yeah.